Hello, vlog people. I'm on my way into the extra studios for hair and makeup because I'm getting ready to do my first interview for them for 6 Degrees of Sam, and my first victim of interrogation is Kristin Chenoweth, who of course I know from New York and the Broadway, and now she's on Pushing Daisies, so multi-talented. I have to say, you know, I've done a gazillion interviews on the other side, the interviewee, and this is more nerve-wracking right now. Of course, I know I do the Friend Fridays and stuff, but somehow, I don't know. It's going to be great, though. She's so easy, and it's going to be fun, and I have so much to talk about with her. All right, more. Hello, vlog people. I'm on my way to do my first segment for Extra. I'm here with Adam, who you've met before, who is barely fitting in the car. We had to push back the seat and open the sunroof. And now we're going to Warner Brothers, which this is the lot. This is the entrance that I would drive on. The last time I was here, I actually had a parking space at the stage. Now I'm schlepping across the street into a parking structure where common people park. And I have to walk across the street. They could at least send a golf cart. But no. I've been demoted. So more inside. Bye. And this truck is in my parking space, which would explain why we had to park with craft service. Very quiet. Here's the pie hole. One of Kristin's co-stars. Stage 24, which is where I'm sitting now, which is where I'm going to be interviewing Kristin. And that's my dressing room right up there. It's so weird to be on this stage. Where the last time I was here, it was for the show. And now I'm here. It's small world. Less than 6 degrees, like maybe a half degree, not even a degree. It's like degreeless.
I'm sitting here bragging about you.
You're bragging about me? I'm worried about your neck.
That's what Broadway will get you.
It's the truth. They beat you up and they stick you out.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to.
I'm so happy it's you.
This is Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Nice to meet you.
You're very tall.
I am.
He's very tall and you're very short. I'd
Yeah.
like to see the two of you stand next to each
How
other,
tall are
just
you?
for my own
I'm
amusement.
6'6". The shoes
That
are
is
probably.
so not fair.
Look at that. I can't even get you both in the
This,
shot unless
this
I go.
actually makes my neck hurt.
Oh no!
I
Then
can't-
I'm gonna leave you be. We don't want that.
What's going to be the easiest side for you to? Are you comfortable
Either
with-
way, I'll
Either
be
way,
right
is
here.
equally painful.
Yes, right. This is fine.
Where are we going?
She's gonna need a makeup touch-up, so.
Does it
God,
need
these
it?
needy actresses.
There's so many things we have in common.
So many things.
Sick.
It's like half of it. It's not even. We're practically the same person.
We are.
We're both from Oklahoma.
Yep,
We are both got the show business bug very early.
totally.
We both grew up Southern Baptist.
Yes.
We both did Opryland.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
We both we're Broadway kids. We both had television series. We both had solo concerts at a Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I did not realize that you've been opera.
Oh yeah, great training.
God, it's the best. It's hard, wasn't it?
It was hard work.
And fun.
Yeah, they beat you up, and you love every second.
Because you're young and you can do it.
And here we are. You're doing Pushing Daisies,
Yeah.
and we are sitting on the sound stage where I did the class. My dressing room was right there.
That is crazy to
So
me.
it's just so small.
It is.
I'm so proud of you.
And you perfect personality for this.
Well,
And
thank
of course I'm biased because you're from Oklahoma.
We gotta stick together.
Have you ever noticed that on our license plates it says Oklahoma is okay?
I never liked that.
Because it's like Oklahoma is okay.
It's not okay. It should be Oklahoma is fantastic.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk to the governor.
Maybe he'd listen to
He's
us.
gonna really listen to us.
I think so.
Look at the way I'm dressed.
You are dressed Norwegian-ish.
Yes, Norwegian. I think it's more like NASCAR. But
It is. You look like a Norwegian or a jockey.
A jockey, which is what Olive used to do with her. My character was a jockey.
Hence the inspiration.
Yeah.
So, okay. Here we are.
Yeah.
We've got all these things in common. We're at this point in our lives. And I have to ask you this because being a kid from Oklahoma, whenever I work on a studio lot, or whenever I even go into a stage door on Broadway, every single time I pass through that gate, there's that thing of like, oh my God, I'm really here.
Oh.
What is that like for you?
You know what? Every time it happens to me, and I'm the same way as you. It happens to me when I'm driving up to the gate to come into Warner Brothers, and I see our poster on the wall, on the side of the building, and I'm like pinching myself.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, is this really my life? And it comes with its struggles. It's not perfect, but it is a good life.
Well, and how about that it's what we dreamt of?
We're actually getting to do
doing
paid what we love to do.
But also, again, coming from Oklahoma, where there's an awareness, certainly, but it's not like show business is prevalent. It's not like either of us came from big show business families.
No, not at all.
And I dreamt of walking on a soundstage.
Well, you did The Secret before you even knew what it was.
We did,
That's
didn't
why
we?
when I read The Secret, I was like, I've
Geez,
already done
this is
that.
all that. And when you're doing a show 8 times a week on Broadway,
Sure.
and it's like, oh yeah, how do I do that? And you remember there's somebody up in that balcony who's like, oh my God.
I can do
You
that.
know?
Or,
And you get to be that for them.
that's right. Or they've never seen a Broadway show. And that this is their first time experiencing it. That's what I always think of when it starts with the overture and I'm sick or I'm injured or
Right.
there's a problem. I think somebody out there has never seen a Broadway show. And because people ask me, I know they do you all the time, how do you do it 8 times a week?
Right.
It's not for wussies, is it?
It is not.
It's hard.
And don't you love it when television is hard in a different way?
It's a different beast. It's hard
And
to.
what you're doing now with this kind of show
Yeah.
is it's like a movie.
Yes.
There's a lot of waiting. It's single camera. It's
Yes.
a lot of waiting. But television people that come to Broadway and they think, oh, this is going to be easy. I only have to work 2 hours a night.
I always get such a kick. I'm thinking, oh, if it were only that. Wait till you wake up at 4 and hopefully your voice is okay or
Right.
nothing's wrong with you. And, it does make me laugh a little bit. But I'm sure that, they look at us if we want to come into movies and television and be like,
Sure.
oh, they think it's so easy, huh?
And it's not. It's a craft.
It's a craft. And my whole thing, the challenge I have with doing TV and film is pacing myself. Because I am a type A personality and I have my part learned.
Right.
And I go
You're
into
prepared,
rehearsal and
you're disciplined.
Yeah. And then it's a lot of that waiting, and you get tired of being kind of ready all the time.
It's
So
exhausting.
It's exhausting, so I've learned to let down, relax on my breaks, and then pull it back.
Right.
It's just different.
It's very hard, and especially because you're waiting for 4,000 other people to set a light and do something, and then it's sparkle, Kristin, sparkle.
And you're on, kid, go!
Go. But you know how to do that.
Yeah.
You know how to pull that out. Okay, so you really are the real thing. But there's something else because, in Oklahoma, there was community theater, there was school theater.
Yeah.
But one of the closest things to show business was pageants for girls. And you've been down that runway, right?
Oh,
So,
yes.
Now, ironically, several of the roles that I've seen you do in Steel Pier, where you played the sweet little girl who was really a little nasty under it.
Sure.
And Charlie Brown, which was more innocent, but it was still the double-sided
Still
thing.
sardonic, yeah.
Wicked,
Wicked.
which is this, little princess, but the arched eyebrow. I'm thinking, this has to be informed by pageants.
Well, I always say Glinda is a girl that I know from Miss Oklahoma.
Exactly.
I had a girl in the Miss Oklahoma pageant. We'd gotten made it in the top 10. It's where you scurry, you go get into your swimsuit, and then you start the competition all over again. Final night, right before we walked out, and you know who you are, woman. I was in my swimsuit, and she was in her swimsuit, and right before I walked out, she goes, I think you've gained a little weight this week. And I said, they told me to. Don't mess with the Chenoweth.
Don't mess with
Do
the
not mess
channel.
with the Cheno. She will come back at you. And
She was trying to psych you.
She was trying to psych me out. And you know what it taught me? Pageants, which I loved that it taught me this. Compete with yourself. You can't compete with girl who thinks you're fat, girl who sings better than you, girl who plays the piano awesomely, girl who has a better body, girl who has the whole package. You cannot compete with anyone but yourself. And I think that's the key in this business is to realize that you're not competing with the same girls that you see at auditions. You keep competing with yourself and you throw it up and sometimes you're going to get it.
Let's talk about this show,
Yeah.
which is like Murder, She Wrote meets The Wizard of Oz.
That's the perfect description. I'm so going to quote you in the next interview I have. That was
Isn't it?
perfect.
I mean,
yes.
it's like this surreal, sort of fantastical
Yes.
thing. What is it like?
You know what it is? It's like doing a play. Because we have these costumes all the time. We have sets.
Yes, you're very in your Norwegian.
Yes,
And
this week, this is what I look like. We're constantly changing. What I love about this show is that there's this crime story every week, and that's good and well, and we love that. But I love the relationships between these people. And I'm involved in a love triangle, and, then there's me starting to get in on the detective work with them because I'm just normally a waitress. But I've never seen anything like it, and I literally mean seen. It looks different.
It does.
Than anything on television.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, and Barry Sonnenfeld, our director, it was all his vision, and of course Brian Fuller, the writer.
Right.
And I was on Broadway doing the Apple Tree.
Yes.
When I think I came to see you not long before that in the producers, I was doing the show and read the script and thought, this is going to be a hit. I just know it. I just know that it's going to be unique and special, and I knew I wanted to be a part of it. And that's kind of how it happened.
We say do something wonderful for someone because of the power we do have to connect and create goodness and pass it on. How do you pay back the great blessings of your life? What's important to you outside of, this is a very me business,
Oh.
right? What do you do to detach? What do you do to pay back?
You know, it's funny you say that. A few years ago, right after Wicked opened, I got a dog because I thought, it can't just be about me anymore.
Right.
I have to have something to take care of. I have lots of charities, you know, and I'm not going to sit here and list them, but I have a lot.
Point Foundation.
The Point Foundation, it's a great, I have to talk about this because it's important. Many kids have been abandoned by their families when they come out of the closet that they're gay. And I don't think that if a real parent should do that, and especially in the name of religion, which it happens so often.
We grew up in the Bible Belt.
Yeah, and
in the Bible thumping,
yeah,
God.
If you're gay, you're going to hell.
Right. How have you been able? And you still have a very strong, tremendous faith.
Definitely.
It's what leads you.
Yeah.
How do you reconcile these things that do not go with what tradition?
Oh, well, this is a good question. My purpose on this life, I'm pretty sure, is to let people know that just if you're a person of faith and you're gay, doesn't mean you're going to hell. For example, God made us each special, like we were talking about earlier, unique. He doesn't make mistakes. So if he made you gay, you're gay. If he makes you short, you're short. If being short was a sin, I'd be going to hell.
You
know?
would be so fast.
So, I mean, I'd be the
You'd be
ringleader.
one of the first people.
I'd be driving the bus. So that's the best thing I can say. I know what the Bible says. I know what we've been taught. But I also know how God is. And I know he's full of love. And that's all he's about.
Right, it's not a fear-based thing.
No.
And we are here to have a purpose.
That's right. And that's my purpose.
And that is to pay it back.
Yeah.
And then pay it forward.
That's right.
And to help somebody else.
That's right. I mean, look what you got to do. You got to adopt a baby who needs you.
And whom I need.
And who you need.
And we get to teach each other.
Oh, just
and I get to have people in my life like you. And we come from the same place, and we come out and we try to do a little good. We try to have a little fun, and try to pass something on.
That's what it's about.
That's why we're here.
And I think that's why maybe we got the gifts that we got. Because we're put in a very self-centered, me world. And maybe it's to remind people that it's not all about us. Not to say I don't have my selfish days.
Well, please. It's part of it. And that's okay. It's all right to have an ego. That's what propels us.
That's
But
right.
this isn't limited to people in show business. People who, whether you can run the barbershop, it's about what we are giving to this earth.
That's right.
What are we leaving here?
That's right.
Okay, that was so much fun. I had so much fun with her. It was so easy. She's such a doll. And she had a neck injury, too, that she actually got during Wicked doing the hair flip dance. And it has come to plague her. Can I just say, I have to stop and tell you that this is the Warner Brothers Studios Fitness Center where I joined and never went once. I belonged to 3 gyms at the same time, and I never went to any of them. And it was literally right outside the stage door. But all I did, instead of working out, I just starved myself all the time. All right, anyway, what was I saying?